Let me explain the board. Everything on this board is related to this current NBA season. And what that means is a lot of the stuff that's more like off the court related does stretch this past off season as well. So if there's stuff about like free agency, about trades, things of that nature, it's going to encompass that as well. You will see in some questions. The wording of some things might be a little bit complicated. If that does come up, feel free to ask because there are a couple questions that I left some like notes on just to make sure that everything was able to be well understood. So with that said, let me go over the categories we got for you here. Scoring Boom took its own category because we know this year the scoring has been at an unbelievable pace. Just everybody seems to be dropping some crazy numbers, whether that be from the team perspective, the individual perspective, all across the board, even from an all-time perspective. On the move, that could be trade deadline, that could be free agency, that could be off-season trades. Nothing about draft in there because that's more of like moving from college or overseas to the NBA rather than actually like moving just from team to team. So I didn't really include anything there, but that'll just mostly be players who are going to new places. The numbers game, it's going to be some stats, and you're going to tell me whose stat is that. Now, once that comes up, I'll probably give like a hint or two because, you know, there's so many players in the NBA that you guys can kind of decide amongst yourselves once you get there. Like, do you want like position or like conference or like, you know, something of that nature, something that you guys agree on to make it a little easier for you. Kodak moments is more just like a big moment that happened, which means some of the questions might be a little bit easier because, I mean, it's big moments, so you're probably going to be more likely to remember it. But I do think especially this 500 is really going to throw you guys for a loop. And then miscellaneous is pretty self-explanatory. Just stuff that doesn't really fit exactly into other categories, but could relate a tiny bit because, you know, just not close enough to really be in with it.
Okay.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. How do we want to decide who goes first?
Tyrik has won one and I haven't, so
I was gonna say, I
Home
think
court advantage.
because Tyrik
right.
has not lost. This is Devin's legacy game. I'm currently 1-1, and Tyrik is 1-0, and Devin is 0-1. So to have full equality across the win-loss record of 3-Point Weekly, it is Devin's 2011 finals right now.
We'll see how much parity there is in 3-Point Weekly.
We will.
I love the idea of the numbers game. So I'm going to go, just for clarity, is it like full player stat lines?
It's not like a game stat line, it's season stats.
Yeah, that's what I meant. So it's like that? Okay, gotcha. Let's go numbers game for 200, though. 200. Starting off kind of small. 6.
Buzz.
Oh.
Yes.
Jaren Jackson.
Yeah.
Jaren Jackson.
I needed to look at those block numbers way quicker.
I know.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I saw the low rebounds. I was like, what big is bad at rebounding? And then I saw the blocks. It's like, oh shit.
Yeah. That's why he was at 200, man.
I should have got that way quicker.
It wasn't that hard of a question. If I am a little bit slow on looking at any of these, I did make this like probably Saturday or Sunday to get ready. Same thing with the stats might not be exactly what they are, but it shouldn't change the answers to any of the questions and make anything too crazy just because we did postpone the podcast a couple of days.
For sure.
It is back to the board is back with you, Devin.
The board is back with me. Let's go numbers game 300.
And like I said on this one, if you guys need to like ask for a hint that you guys both agree on to kind of narrow it down a little bit, I am willing to do that because a raw stat line is going to be like, you know, close to 25 and 5 could be a lot of guys.
Yeah, could be a lot.
I want to buzz in so bad, but it's tough.
It is tough. It's tough. Could be
Yeah,
a lot
if one of you
dudes.
guys guesses, and then it's like you get the hint after that, I will have to give you your guess back. Out of fairness.
I think we should just take the hint.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Your hint will be that this player is currently above the play-in.
Above the play-in.
Just pulling up standings.
Yeah, you can pull up the standings.
Above the play-in.
It's tough. It's the assistant rebound numbers that are just throwing me for a loop.
You and me both.
It's like the low steal, low block numbers. Man,
I'll buzz. I'm not confident, but I'll buzz.
Gotcha.
Desmond Bain.
That is incorrect.
that's a hell of a guess because I was just thinking Desmond Bain. So
That is a hell of a guess.
Points seemed a bit low, but
I feel like I haven't seen Desmond Bain's stat line in a while, but I feel like he would have more steals than that. I don't know.
he might. But look now.
His points per game was pretty high too. He's probably he's not doing
his,
what he
point,
was at the
his
beginning.
points are at 21, and he's at 5.1 rebounds, 4.3 assists with 0.9 steals and 0.4 blocks. That's actually a really similar stat line.
He was much higher before he missed a bit of time. But
Yeah,
he definitely cooled
okay.
off after that.
I'm happy with that guess. It's good.
Good guess.
I'm gonna say this is probably wrong, but Chris Middleton.
That is incorrect.
Yeah.
The answer is Tyler
Hero. I did not think he was getting boards like that.
I almost gave the hint of this player won an award in the past like 3 years, but I thought that might make it a little bit too easy because how many players are winning awards at 20 points per game without having crazy defensive stats?
Yeah.
I was gonna say Jimmy. But I'm like, nah. There's no way Jimmy's averaging less than a steal a game.
Yeah, no. He's up there for steals.
So that means the board stays with Dev.
Still here, yeah. Let's go on the move 200.
On the move 200.
After being traded mid-season.
Oh, got it. It's Mikal Bridges.
Okay. All right, and here's your bonus opportunity. Can you tell me? I will give it to you for either the number of how many points he jumped or just what is his points per game right now on the Nets?
His total points per game or since he's been traded? Like total on the season or just since he's been with the Nets?
Since he's been traded. So I think that would say closer to like how much has his points per game jumped?
I think he was averaging around like 17. I'm going to say it jumped up 9 points per game.
I'm going to have to give that to you. Just off rounding 17 to about 26, 9 points per game. So
okay. I'll take it.
I think that puts you at 300.
In the lead. All right. On the move is nice. But I need my redemption on the numbers game, so let's go numbers game 100.
100.
Buzz.
Got it. Oh, he got it.
That's Devin. That's Devin's buzz.
That would be Nikola Jokic.
That's so easy.
It is. That's why it's at 100. It is so easy. The only thing that could throw you off is that it's technically he's not averaging a triple-double. Maybe he's back up to it since he's probably played like a game or two since I made this, but when I made this, he was not at a triple-double at that very moment.
That's fair.
The game is back tied up.
Let's go numbers game 400.
Yeah, you guys love the numbers game, man. Bunch of stat nerds out here.
3.2 and 9.2. Oh, that is such an obscure stat line. That could be so many dudes.
That's why it's 400. See, I feel like you guys got that. You guys got that real high basketball IQ, man. So I couldn't take it easy on you. I could not take it easy on you. However, I do think
it's not mid as a playmaker. Just less than a steal, less than a block.
No, he's averaging more. Can't be him.
Yeah, I got somebody on mine too, but I'm like, there's no way he's averaging that low points, right?
I have a really fun hint if you guys decide you want it.
Oh, give me a moment, but I might want it. No, he's averaging more.
I want to buzz in so bad, but I feel like this player's also averaging more than 13 points.
Yeah,
Unless
I don't know.
Unless he just dropped off recently, man.
It's where everyone I'm thinking of is averaging 15 or is averaging single digits. Yeah, I'll take a hint.
I will too.
If you want it. Yeah.
Okay. Your hint is that 3-point weekly, but especially Devin, is not really high.
Buzz.
On a player like this. Yes, Devin.
Yusuf Nurkic.
And there we go.
That's an insane hint. That just made it so obvious.
That is a wild hint.
That's a crazy hint.
There's like you act like there's only one guy. You could have said it could have been Big Plum, man. It could have been Big Plum.
Nah, Big Plum averaging 13. No shot.
Especially since the deadline.
Listen, maybe you guys could have. It made it obvious for both of you. So at that point, you just, I still feel like it kept it fair.
I guess.
Numbers game 500.
Getting them out of the way.
Oh God.
There is no way in hell.
A million backup bigs this could be.
There is no way in hell y'all are getting this pick.
Don't underestimate
8, 7,
it.
2 assists. Ooh. 0.2.
But it doesn't get blocks at all. But it's a good rebounder. Oh, man.
I do feel like the stats here can tell you a lot about the player archetype.
This could be a lot of dudes.
What's his 3-point percentage?
You know what? I feel like this could kill you if I tell you the answer. Like it could arguably, it could make it harder because
it's either going to be 0 or it's going to be something mid.
Actually, his 3-point percentage this season is 33.6%. So he's like league average. So I don't know.
Mid. Okay.
Literally mid.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna buzz in.
Okay.
Is this Zach Collins?
That is incorrect.
Damn, I thought that was a crazy pull. Fuck.
That would have been a crazy pull. That'd have been
honestly,
crazy.
That would have been pretty absurd of a pull.
Man, this is crazy. That is tough. Give me Isaiah Hartenstein.
It is not Isaiah Hartenstein. Your hint for this would have been that he played for multiple teams this season because the answer is Kevin Love.
Wow, okay.
I don't think I would have got that.
Caleb's still putting up 8 points per game this season, man. I feel like that might be a little bit more than you might think because you are not hearing his name a lot, but was a buyout candidate. I thought maybe you'd think of like some one of those like white shooting bigs when you see like no blocks, but big man type, backup big type stats.
If you would have told me his Miami shooting numbers.
Yeah.
Okay. I need his Miami shooting numbers. I'll take it.
His Miami shooting numbers are terrible. It's like 20.
It's like 20.
They're really
20
bad.
Something percent.
really bad.
It's real bad. Okay, so we're finally moving off the numbers game. The board stays with Devin.
Well, I'm glad I won that because that's where I was hoping I was going to win. That's my forte. Let's go on the move 300.
On the move 300.
Buzz. Are we including pick swaps?
You can if you would like, because that means you will know the answer.
Okay. I'm not going to, though, and I'm going to say 4.
4 is the answer that I had written down. With pick swaps, I think it makes it 5 or maybe even 6. But I did have the non-swaps, and Walker Kessler would have also made it like 5, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to include that, which is why I had to note that down. I don't know what's happening with Tyrik here, man. You might have to start taking this personal.
Hey, man, I got off to a slow start last time, too, man. We're keeping the same composure.
I'm going to be honest. I'm attacking the parts of the board where I'm feeling most confident. So I'll just put that out there real quick.
Okay.
Let's go on the move 400.
On the move 400. This one should not be fast. This is going to take some counting. And I say this league year, which means this includes any All-Star that was traded during the off season as well.
Oh, yikes.
And the other caveat is that it's not just like this season All-Stars. It's a player who has been an All-Star.
Oh, man.
Who was traded this year. It's a 400, so it's not going to be super easy.
Let me start writing out some names real quick.
That's the thing. I want to hear some counting. We can fill up some of the dead space in the meantime. But anybody who's like watching and playing along, feel free to take out a little notepad, write down all the names you think from the time the Golden State Warriors won the NBA Finals to when the trade deadline hit.
Did they have to have been All-Stars when they were traded, or could they have been an All-Star since?
That is relevant to the question. If they were traded and then have been an All-Star since, that would count.
Okay.
I think that only counts for like one guy, but it is relevant to the question. And if you give me a number and I say it's wrong and you think that it's like definitely right, feel free to banter and give me the names why you think your answer is correct, but also be aware that you could give the answer to the second person for free.
Yes, this is true.
So, at your own risk. This is about playing the game. Do you want to give it away like that? Got to be real careful.
He was an All-Star, I believe. Yeah.
Starting to fill in the blanks now. I'm starting to.
Yeah, while we're sitting here during this counting space, I'll take anybody watching right now to remember if you've made it this far, feel free to leave a like on the video. Feel free to subscribe. As of the time of recording, we are at 68 subscribers, so the next subscriber we get will be absolutely huge for the channel, and we may not never need any subscribers again. So if you'd like to be next, please feel free to take that time. Leave a comment down below if you get to the end of this and tell us what score you would have gotten on this year's Jeopardy. How in tune are you with this season of basketball from a lot of different points of view?
There's going to be some obscure guy who hasn't been an All-Star in so long that I'm going to forget about.
That's a part of the fear tactics, isn't it, man?
This is tough. I'm going to think I have it, and then I'm going to be missing someone. I'm going to be pissed.
I really do not think it's as complicated as you're making it.
I'm a buzz in, man. I can't think of anybody.
What's your number, Tyrik?
The number I came up with is 10.
Give me those 10 names.
I have to name them?
Well, I do not have 10 as my answer written down. You can tell me your 10. You can tell me your 10 names, and then maybe we can look at it after the question, maybe. But I do not have 10.
Neither do I. Not yet, at least. Although I'm not
Maybe I
submitted an
missed
answer.
Okay. So Donovan Mitchell,
Okay.
Rudy Gobert,
Okay.
D'Angelo Russell,
Yep.
Russell Westbrook was traded,
Right.
Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving.
Okay.
Damn, I should have wrote names down. DeJounte Murray.
Okay.
That's 7. I should have wrote fucking names down.
I think you got 6, unless I missed you said 1, but
Damn, did I say 6? Hold up.
I counted 6, but
Dono, Rudy,
I had
Kyrie.
Well, Devin, you can't say your names until you give me an answer. I still haven't heard you buzz in.
no.
But if you didn't have anybody that he just said,
Y'all are talking too much. I can't even think of the names I just said. Okay, I'm writing them down. So
Yeah.
Mitchell.
you're just giving the answer away.
Yeah.
Devin still hasn't given his guess. What if he didn't know that Donovan?
You told me the name of him.
Yeah, but then I said you could hold. I said you could hold off. I told you at the beginning.
All right. I'm gonna hold. I'm gonna write my names down. I'm gonna come back with mine.
Okay, and if you get to 10 on the dot, no more, no less. If you can't name that 11th guy or realize that maybe one of those 10 you had was not an all-star or not traded this season.
Oh man, this is brutal.
It's a crazy question.
I brought out the difficult questions for the top NBA minds.
I'm buzzing.
Let's hear it.
DeJounte, Brogdon, Donovan Mitchell, KD, Gobert, Kyrie, D'Angelo Russell, Lauri Markkanen, and Russell Westbrook for 9.
He's wrong.
So here's the thing, is that the answer is 9. However,
look, those are all the names I thought of. I just thought of fucking Kevin Love, and I realized this motherfucker was not traded. He's fuck.
Oh, I did not have Conley, but you did not have Malcolm Brogdon.
That is kind of so I'm gonna let you guys decide. Do you think because Devin got the number, do we think he should get full credit? Do we think he should get half credit or no credit? Because he got the right number, but he did not get the right guys.
Really?
My question would.
So it should have been 10. I just forgot Conley.
I'm biased. I say he deserves no points.
I'm happy with half.
I will give you half to go in the middle because you did get the right answer. However, you were a bit misguided. They might hate that in the comments section.
Half is okay. I can live with that.
I was about to say, when you said that, I'm like, I gotta look up. I do not think that Malcolm Brogdon was an all-star. But anyways, half credit or not, that does keep the game and the board with Devin.
I gotta make sure now. Malcolm Brogdon. Was Malcolm Brogdon an all-star?
He was not.
He would have stretches where he looked like an all-star.
No, he wasn't. Right.
Because Indiana was really never that great when he was there, and it would be like Sabonis making it as a backup.
Right. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Okay. Let's go on the move 500.
I feel like this one is a doozy.
How many players currently on the Utah Jazz?
Ooh, that's a good question. That is a really good question.
Damn.
It's a tough question, but it's a good question.
The tough questions for the top NBA minds, man. I was not messing around. There were some questions I made while I was making this that I then later deleted. That was like, I don't know about that one.
I'm buzzing in.
What's your answer?
There's only 2, right?
That is incorrect.
This must be somebody that doesn't even play anymore. Probably in the G League.
Don't give away all the answers now, man. Don't give away all the answers.
I mean, I was thinking at least 2, but I haven't thought of the other one yet. So now I'm gonna keep thinking.
We should have to name them.
Well, we gave half credit for Devin not naming the right ones last time, so it could be similar this time to where it's like you guys could choose to play every question because there are more questions like that. I think
Jesus.
the other question I've done, but I think there are the other questions might actually say name every like player who's done this.
Yeah. Okay. Who else is on this team? Oh man. Oh, he would be there. Yeah. There's at least 3.
Yeah, Gabe's a sick guy.
I am with it though. I am with it.
I heard about Reek Knows Hoops and Run the Jeopardy. We're coming on the show, man. So I could not disappoint because I feel like Devin gave us a really challenging Jeopardy where while I answered a lot of questions, Tyrik had the crazy pools and there was a really good story there. Then my redemption arc of if somebody stopped me on the street
he was traded.
and asked me what school B-ball Paul went to, it's in his name.
I don't think I'm going to think of anyone else, so I'm going to buzz in and say 3.
All right. Who do you got? I will tell you the answer is 3. That is correct. But
Okay. I have Jordan Clarkson.
Gotcha.
I have Azubuike. And I have Rudy Gay.
Bam. Great pool. Great picks. I thought Azubuike would be the hardest one to get there.
That was the one I thought of first. I couldn't think of Gay. I had Azubuike.
I would think Clarkson would be the first one to think of, but
yeah. Well, I had Clarkson first, but then I had Azubuike because he's been playing as of late.
Okay, so things are not looking great here. I think we might have to start the comeback kind of soon. I know Devin said he's controlled the board like the whole game, and he said he was attacking the areas that he felt the most confident in. But I am going to need to see a little bit out of Tyrik, currently having his score over quintupled by Run the Jeopardy himself.
The 1 seed in the Super Mario Hoops trivia, but
this feels like payback, Gabe. Like you're just piling it on, bro. Like what's up?
Because listen, every time I go to the gym with this man Tyrik, he be coming at me so crazy for no reason, man. Every time, bro, we hopped on the beer pong table. He said, "Nah, Gabe not making it. He not making nothing. He just can't make it." This dude right here takes every chance to attack me any minute he gets because he's like, "Take it personal, man. Take it out on the weights." And then, hey, man, listen, you gonna get it right back too because without me doing this to you, how you gonna get 2 plates up for reps? That's what I thought, Tyrik. Let's see the comeback.
Well, at least it's not you up 17 to 300. It's Devin. It's not you. You're just a narrator.
Yeah, that'd be worse.
Biased narrator.
Definitely. This is rigged.
Okay, let's get on the move done with. Let's go on the move 100.
You guys like taking up categories, man.
Buzz. That's Tyrik.
This is Tyrik.
It's Kevin Durant.
Couldn't get the freaking word buzz out of my mouth.
It is indeed Kevin Wayne Durant. So, Tyrik, you have control of the board. 2 sections are completely cleared out. You guys don't seem to want to really jump around very much.
Hey, I'm happy staying where I'm getting points, man. What can I say?
Kodak moments intrigues me, so let's go there for 300.
300.
Buzz.
Tyrik.
It's the MVP, Embiid. One of the craziest stat lines that you could possibly put up.
I do feel like I think pretty iconic stat line, but I did put it as a 300 because I feel like it's gone a bit under the radar with some of the other crazy stat lines that have went up this season.
So long ago.
An absolutely great game. A great game.
Very good game.
Let's go Kodak for 5.
This, to me, is my favorite question on the entire quiz.
I love it.
Ooh.
It's my favorite question on this entire thing. If one of you guys gets this, I will be blown away.
Yeah,
it's only one player that has multiple.
What player? There's one player.
We're talking about buzzer beaters. No time left.
Multiple game-winning buzzer beaters. Multiple Tissot buzzer beaters this year.
Oh, man. That's
It's a winning
brutal.
game.
That is brutal.
It's when I saw this, because I was just going through different things, because Kodak moments, you think of game winners, and so I was just going down the rabbit hole looking for some great questions to make like 500s that are like, it's a good question. It's not just like something ridiculous, but it's a challenge.
Can I buzz in? Wait.
Yeah, you can if you like. I mean, you have the ability to.
Wait. Oh, I think I know.
I'm going to buzz in. This is probably so wrong. Daniel Gafford. Probably so wrong, but Daniel Gafford.
Daniel Gafford is incorrect.
Okay. I knew he had one, so I had to hope.
He does have one. That is true.
I watched that one the other week.
Pretty
Got a tap in
sure
on Beal making a stupid play to end the game, and Gafford bailed him out.
Saw that one on the list when I was looking at this year's buzzer.
Since we're making crazy guesses, man.
No asking for a hint, man. I'm surprised.
I don't want to give Devin another chance to buzz back in, so I'm gonna say it is AJ Griffin.
He got it. Yeah, it's a good pull. It's been a minute.
That's a crazy pull, dude. That I didn't think anybody was getting that. I'm like, that's the most random person to have multiple buzzer beaters. What got it for you? How did you kind of come around to that?
I remember his one off of that weird alley-oop that he caught.
I
remember he had another. Yeah, and I remember he had another clutch shot. I think it was against the Bulls. I just wasn't sure if it was a buzzer beater or not.
Yes, he's the only player this year with multiple game-winning buzzer beaters. It's AJ Griffin, and I literally think both were in the paint.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's a shooter, which is crazy.
Yeah, there were some guys who got like multiple career ones this year. So like I think like Trae Young has one this year, but all of his other ones were in previous seasons.
Sure, yeah. Yeah.
I almost said Shea, but I'm like, nah, it can't be that easy. I remember Shea hit one. I think his other one was a game winner, or it might have been last year.
When I found out that AJ Griffin was the only player in the NBA to have multiple game winners, I'm like, that's my favorite question.
Yeah, that's why I guess Gafford was like, this is a 500-pointer. I know this is about to be an obscure player.
Random.
Yeah. That brings the board with Tyrik mounting a bit of a comeback here. Just got 800 straight off.
Good pull, Reek. Good pull. Let's go Kodak for 400, man. I'm liking this section.
It's a fun section. I like it too. This is another one of those counters, but this one is actually name them all.
Time limit.
Yeah. Time limit. I'm gonna start a timer.
Yeah, if you can give us time, that'd be ideal. Because otherwise, I'm insta buzzing.
Now I think we should be good to go again after a bit of technical difficulties and maybe Tyrik dodging some of the questions. Maybe looking up a bit of a cheat sheet. I'm not sure, but I will not speculate because we play by the honor system.
You just speculated.
You know what?
I even got to defend my opponent here. Come on now.
Yeah, this game is so rigged against me. Yeah, all right.
You're down 500 and it's a 400 question. If he gets this wrong, you're like in prime position to be right there, Tyrik.
This game is so rigged against me, man.
Okay, so it's all for the storyline, man. If you come back and win, it's gonna be you're gonna be like CM Punk, man, in 2011. You're fighting everybody.
Nah.
But as we are back, and Devin did buzz right before Tyrik was booted offline by me personally. I fried his router because I wanted to give Devin more time because the game is rigged. So, Devin, if you could give me every first-time All-Star this season.
I believe I could do that. I will give you Lauri Markkanen, Jalen Brunson, Jaren Jackson Jr., Anthony Edwards, Tyrese Halliburton, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and De'Aaron Fox.
You might have just made me a casual. Let me check.
Someone he thought had an all-star appearance but didn't, or I thought that he didn't and does?
I believe that is an incorrect answer.
That is unfortunate. And I don't know what I'm incorrect on, which is tough.
Let me just make sure. I'm going to go look at the All-Star roster on NBA.com and double check. Yes, that is an incorrect answer that you gave me.
Oh, wow.
Who the fuck is it then?
Yeah, it was everybody he named except for Jalen Brunson.
Is that your final answer? Is that the answer you're giving me?
Let me double check.
All right.
Double check real quick.
Brunson was not an all-star.
Yeah, that's where I was like, did you just make me casual?
Which is foul because yeah, fair, but that's foul.
Yeah, it was everybody except for Brunson.
Because
Yes.
he could be all NBA, but he wasn't an all-star. It's Pascal Siakam vibes.
Wow.
So, yeah, I did realize I did make a mistake on this answer. I did not put Tyrese on here, but Tyrese was an all-star, so he should be on this list as well. But Jalen Brunson is not. So everybody that Devin said, minus Brunson, that is the correct answer. And somehow in this incredibly rigged game, it's close. We've got a game on our hands, ladies and gentlemen.
How did you forget your own guy, Tyrese Halliburton?
No doubt. That's a problem.
Probably because he was so much of my guy that I just thought he was already an all-star last year, man. I guess.
He
just seems too good to be a first-time all-star.
Let's go. We might as well finish Kodak. Let's go Kodak for 2.
Oh God.
Ooh.
That's tough.
Yeah, this might have been able to be switched with.
I'm trying to think. I know who won.
I don't even know how many contestants there are.
I think you guys got the.
I'm gonna be honest.
Well, the final round is like the final.
Oh, the final. I missed the final.
Yeah. Final 3.
I don't even remember who won it. Oh man.
This one probably could have been switched with the 300. I'll say that.
Oh man. If we were avid all-star weekend enjoyers, then maybe, but unfortunately we are not.
I know who won. I'm trying to think. Somebody really blitzed in that first round. Who was it?
I have no idea.
I'm getting this. Don't worry.
And it was elite too. I don't know, man. Devin, maybe you should buzz in before he does. And
man, I don't even know who was in the contest. I don't know who won the thing. I'd just be giving you names at this point.
You could make an educated guess.
I could do so.
You could make an educated guess on 2, I think. I think the third one is a little kind of like out of left field. Don't get me wrong. There's some guys who like aren't great shooters that have been in the 3-point contest or like they can shoot. Like you think like they're like Kyle Lowry in the 3-point contest, and it's like not this year, but like in the past, and it's like Kyle Lowry, he could shoot the ball, but like he's not known as a shooter.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I ain't getting this. There's just no shot. There's no way.
For the top NBA minds, I had to. The hardest thing for you guys was to do something that was exhibition.
No, of course. Because we know that if there's not good defense involved, I'm less of a fan. So throw no defense in there, and I'm hooped.
I don't even think I had like a question about the actual All-Star game.
God, I can only think of Dame, man. That's bad. I can only think of Dame. I'm cooked. I can think of all the people that disappointed, but not.
Yeah,
not
me too. Me too. I can think of 2, but I have no idea who the third would be. Because the only other names that come to mind, like you say, are the guys that disappointed.
Why don't you give me some educated guesses? No rush. You can buzz in whenever you like, but
some educated guesses.
Why don't you give me some educated guesses? I'd like to see you guys take, because maybe one of you guys answers it and gets like kind of close, and then the other one's like, oh, I didn't think of that guy. Then the person steals, man. I don't know. Be careful how you play the game here.
I'm going to buzz because I'm not getting any better than this.
All right. Let me hear it.
Tyrese Halliburton, Damian Lillard, and Donovan Mitchell.
That is incorrect.
Thank you for reminding me. I'm buzzing.
Okay.
Okay. Dame won it. Tyrese had a ridiculous first round.
There you go. So you guys both had those two, and
now this last one is just a shot.
So yeah, whether you get this right or wrong depends on what you say here, because
shot in the dark. It might be Markkanen, but probably not. But that's the only guy I can think of.
That is incorrect.
Buddy.
It was Buddy Hield, and that's the thing is he's probably, I mean, as far as like a catch and shoot guy, Buddy Hield is probably the most known for specifically that.
He's a guy, but had no idea he was there.
Yeah.
No. Right as soon as I like brought the question up, and Tyrik was like, somebody was blitzing in that first round. I'm like, he didn't even win either. So I'm like, that gives you like 2 right there.
Yeah.
Devin, for you having like no idea, you getting 2 out of 3. You guys were just as accurate as each other.
I can live with that.
It's still okay. Let's go on Kodak 100, man.
You guys just love playing like this.
Buzz.
Okay, that's easy.
Buzz.
OKC.
The Oklahoma City Thunder is correct. What player did he get the shot off on? Just
no clue. My guess would be J-Dub.
Kenny Hustle. Kenrich Williams is correct.
Yeah.
All right, that puts it back on you. 1 seed.
Miscellaneous 200.
Man, you guys, I know you guys are defense heads because Scoring Boom is untouched.
Buzz.
Tyrik.
The Bucks won like 19 straight games. Pretty sure their winning streak lasted longer.
That is
might be wrong though. Oh, wow.
Well, it's the Spurs losing streak.
3 points.
Is that your final answer? Is it?
Yes,
the Spurs
it is indeed my final answer. After deep contemplation, I will indeed decide.
Incorrect.
That's no shot. There's no way.
I could have swore the Bucks won like 19 straight games.
You thought I would have given you a question with 2 answers?
No, I'm sick.
There's 2 contestants.
There's no shot.
If there's 2 contestants, there is always more than 2 answers because you couldn't make it a freebie for the second person. This is a 200, not a 100.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's fair.
Yeah, fun fact, the longest winning streak and the longest losing streak in the league this season are the exact same amount of games.
Sounds about right for the type of league we're in. Let's go miscellaneous 300.
Man, can y'all jump around a little bit? Where's the entertainment value?
Buzz.
A
non-confident buzz. I'm going to say 4.
That is incorrect.
I don't really know, so I figured I'd get the first answer.
Buzz. I'll say 5.
Just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we have a new leader in the game.
Right, Luka would have been the other
We have
one.
a new leader in the game.
Okay.
Luka was the sneaky one there. I think around the very beginning of the season, maybe a little bit in. Giannis was like the very beginning because I checked every single one. Giannis was like the very beginning, and then Tatum took it when the Celtics were just on fire. Then obviously Jokic held it for a majority of the season, and Embiid really only topped it like 2 weeks ago. Luka was like somewhere, I think, the way I've written it, he was probably right between Giannis and Tatum.
Yeah.
But I think Luka was on top for literally just like 1 or 2 weeks.
Let's go Scoring Boom for 300.
He's jumping around. I love to see it, man. I love to see it.
Oh, Buzz. I buzzed first, man.
I don't know who was first.
I heard myself first, personally. I'm biased stuff.
I honestly have no idea.
So I think I will give the buzz to Tyrik because I do not want to have these rigged allegations go against me any harder.
I mean, if you heard Devin first, I mean, by all means.
I heard it was like I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't either. Okay.
So we have Joel Embiid.
Okay.
Writing them down just so we can make sure. Are games played a factor?
I don't think that. I don't think that changes the answer.
Okay.
No, I don't think it does either. I don't think.
I think anybody averaging that much has played enough to this point.
Yeah.
Because
I believe so.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah, that does.
Okay. All right.
I don't know if that. I don't think that's a factor.
So I said Joel.
Yep.
Luka. Giannis.
Okay.
That might be in order too. Shea, I think it's around 31. Okay. And Tatum is barely hanging on. He's at like 30.4 or something like that.
Okay.
Those are my 5.
That is incorrect.
It is those 5 plus Dame, if I'm not mistaken.
Ladies and gentlemen, just like that. And that's why I actually had to update this question because I think I did have to update this question because when I first made it, Tatum was literally at like 29.9.
Yeah.
And then we delayed the pod. And then he had 30 and he went back up to 30. So he was like, he really made it onto the list at the last second. And that for me, I thought that was going to be the one that was hard. I assume your question about games played was KD, but his season total was 29.5 right now.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking Booker, but I'm like, Book's missed a lot of games too.
Yeah. It's funny though. That was one of the few things I looked up before we recorded. I was like, what's the odds he's going to have 30 plus guys? It's one of the few things I looked up.
Scoring boom was a category. Let's look. Devin Booker this season is 28 points.
My bad, Dame.
And that gives the board back to our leader. This is coming down to the wire, ladies and gentlemen. This is by far the closest matchup we've had here.
Definitely. Let's go scoring boom 200. Buzz.
That was Devin first.
That would be the Sacramento Kings and the LA Clippers.
Got it.
Fun fact, my buddy was in the area at the time, and I told him to go to this game because he asked me which game to go to, this or a Lakers game. I told him to go to that game, and he did not, and boy, did he miss out.
Wow.
Sad. I know the environment at a Lakers game is special, but that was, I'm surprised you're saying he missed out because you personally are not a big fan of that style of basketball. But
I mean, that's true, but we also know I'm a big Kings fan, so.
Like the beam.
Like the beam, indeed. Second
best video in 3-Point Weekly history, man. It's funny because we really went from slandering the Kings quite often, but I can't really call it slander because it was pretty true statements that we were making back then. But now the fact that we've had one of our most fruitful successes off of just having a symbiotic relationship with the Kings and their fan base, it's quite ironic to say the least.
It is nice to see for sure. Another thing that, again, we can just point to future hope for Wizards fans. Maybe in 5 years, but there's hope.
Maybe even Trailblazers fans, man. We'll see.
Maybe, man. Maybe. Let's go scoring boom 100.
Scoring boom 100.
Buzz.
That was Devin first.
I honestly just buzzed because I figured this was the question. I will go with Donovan Mitchell, and I will go with Damian Lillard.
Can I steal?
Yep, I'm an idiot.
You can't steal because it was incorrect.
Yeah, I just didn't read the question. Yikes.
Mitchell, Dame, and Booker.
Yeah, good answer. I assumed the question. That is fully on me.
Did you assume who scored the most points in a game this season, or just 70?
I assumed 70 pointers this season. Yeah. Given the theme of this season of the Jeopardy, I assumed it made an ass out of me and no one else in this situation, but that's okay.
Yeah, since it did bring because I made the question like that because I think it's something I brought up when the Dame game happened. I think this is the most active players in the league with a 70-point game we've ever had.
Yeah.
Let's go miscellaneous for 100.
Knocking off the last nothing question.
Is it more 20? Buzz.
Tyrik.
Well, hold up.
The answer hasn't changed.
It hasn't changed.
We talked about this earlier in the episode. It should be the easiest question on the quiz.
We did, and I don't remember who it is, which is what annoys me.
They're tied, aren't they?
No, they're not tied. This is not my losing streak winning streak question.
There's no trick here. One of them are in. I just don't know which one.
See, because that was a 200, so I was allowed to pull that on you guys. But this is a 100, so I decided not to be that name. So you can say as of March 24th, the answer remains the same.
Oh, man.
See, this is the hard thing because now at this point, if you guys get it wrong, you literally are handing the points away. Since I technically told you that it's not a tie.
Yeah. Well,
I said they were tied. That was my guess.
nah.
Oh, so Devin does have a 50-50 shot here to extend his lead in.
Oh.
There's still 1,800 points up for grabs, so it's very much not over. But Devin, if you take this one, it does put you in a little bit better of a position to have a tie rather than
Oh, man.
if things go south.
One game or one team has one more loss than the other, and I don't know which one it is. Oh, man. Give me the 76ers.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's up 400. He's up 400. And see now, here's where the game gets real interesting because you look at this board and you look at what's left and you say both you guys get one of these 500s and Tyrik gets a 400. It might come down to the last question here. This is not scripted. This is our first attempt doing this for anybody watching at home. This is actually a really good game of head-to-head Jeopardy here. These guys have really good NBA knowledge. Shout out to both of my contestants here. The fate of the game and what question we go to next is in your hands, Devin, Mr. One Seed.
Give me miscellaneous 500.
Miscellaneous 500.
Buzz.
Devin.
Nikola Jokic.
That is incorrect.
It was the obvious answer, but I had to do it.
It was a 500.
Yeah. I figured it wasn't, but it was like, man. I do not look at player-specific offensive and defensive ratings, so
I want my hints, personally.
Put me back in, coach.
I don't care if the thing's dead back. I want my hint.
You want your hint.
Put me back in, coach.
What is a good hint for this question?
I'm gonna just buzz off rip every time if this is what's gonna happen.
Probably
Buzz
not.
off rip every time.
It's an important question.
You guys are putting me. I don't know what a good hint is that like doesn't make it too obvious.
I mean, you did give a hint earlier that told me to guess my least favorite player in the league, so obvious hints already seems to be a thing.
No, I'm not doing that again, man. I'm not doing that again. The hint I'm just going to give you is high-value role player.
High-value role player.
It is still a 500, but that gives you like a broad range of players. House rules, ladies and gentlemen. This does mean that Devin, a.k.a. Run the Jeopardy, a.k.a. One Seed, a.k.a. Run the NBA, does get his guess back.
Buzz.
Devin again.
Kevin Herter.
That is incorrect.
Thank you for guessing that, because that was going to be my guess.
That was a good guess. A significant role player on the best offensive team in basketball. So yeah, that was a good guess.
If it's the other guy I was thinking of, I'm going to kick myself.
I don't even know what the actual qualifying number is for this, but just looking at the raw stats, like this guy was literally higher than everybody that played more than 100 minutes. I don't know how many minutes you have to play to actually qualify for the best in the league. He would definitely meet that qualification. I don't want to say something like to throw you off, but it was crazy that even among guys that have played like 5 games this year and gotten some solid minutes.
Honestly, I don't know. So I'm going to stick on the same team since they are the best offensive team in the league.
Okay.
Say it's a role player.
Okay.
Keegan Murray? I don't know. That's my guess.
If Keegan Murray had the best offensive rating in the league, I would feel like a madman. But no, I actually was quite intrigued at Devin's guess because he got about halfway through it, and I thought he might have had it because it was Kevon Looney.
No shot.
Bro, when you said high value role player, that was the first guy that came to mind.
No shot.
That's why I thought it was a good hint. He knows his role perfectly, and he fits so well in that team.
Wow.
Jesus
Fair
Christ.
play to Kevon Looney. My other guess was going to be KCP, so.
I
Yeah.
should just went with my gut.
KCP
man.
highest in the league is wild.
I mean, hey, good player who actually plays good defense on another great offense.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. That means I still have control of this, though, eh?
Yeah.
And Tyrik could still tie or take the lead with a single correct answer.
All right, scoring boom 500.
Scoring boom 500. This is a brutal question.
Oh, man.
I did give you some leeway, however. Just to say, like, you know, to get something like this on the nose would be, like, quite ridiculous. But, you know, a year-to-year change in, like, a league average, you know, you're probably working with a bit of smaller numbers. So within 0.2, I thought would still be reasonable.
Man.
If you're like, you said buzz?
Yeah.
All right, let's hear it.
I'll go 3.3.
3.3 is incorrect.
I'll buzz then just because I have no idea because I never know what league average offensive rating is. I'm going to say 1.2.
Guys were on opposite ends of the spectrum. It was 2.6. The league average offensive rating last year was 112, and this year it's 114.6. And I think with the pace as well, I think points per game was a bit more of a jump. I think points per game went from about 110 to 114. So that was even a bit more.
Okay.
Okay. Now, if Tyrik answers the next, Devin, you could ice the game with a single correct answer.
I could. That's why I wanted to get rid of the 500s. I just was hoping that Tyrik didn't get them, although it would have been nice if I got one. But
you guys are really making me scared because if one of these questions goes unanswered and the other one's answered by Tyrik, I don't know what I'm going to do.
But it'd be Tyrik's. But it'd be
God.
But it'd be adding some ties there. I'm going to be 0-1-1. Let's go miscellaneous 400.
I think I have a question in my head that I'm going to give you guys. It's a miscellaneous 400, right?
Correct.
I know this. Hold up. I literally just heard this recently, man.
This is like a sneaky 400.
Minimum 3 attempts. Like per game or on the season?
Per game. There was most of the players that qualified. Most of the players that qualified had
3 attempts per game is not a small amount.
Honestly, it included a lot of players. Like that was like, because when I just went on Basketball Reference and went to like qualifying players, I think the lowest number I saw was either 3.3 or 3.6. So what they were using as qualifying players was like a bit higher than I would have expected.
Still got to be taking some volume though. Like SGA don't even be shooting that. Like,
That's why they say he's just not a shooter this year. That's why they say he just drives towards the basket.
Tough.
So many guys.
Yeah, it really could be.
But I will say,
point percentage.
if you follow like the NBA sphere, like if you're like on Twitter and like follow like NBA YouTube and everything, Tyrik.
I don't even know if he's taking 3 a game. I'm gonna just say Russell Westbrook.
Ladies and gentlemen, Russell Westbrook is incorrect.
I figured.
Averages 3 attempts a night. But
Like I said, if you're involved in the NBA sphere and you like follow stuff, there's reason to know this. It's not like super random.
It's worth noting I have muted a lot of said accounts that might post said things. So I might not be in the right sphere. Oh, man.
I think you're both in spheres that could know it.
The 3 attempts a game is throwing me off because this is a guy who shoots bad but shoots.
I feel like that's usually how the worst 3-point shooters in the league are. I don't have his volume like written here in the answer key. So I couldn't tell you if that's exactly him or not. I'd have to check the numbers again, but
man.
The lowest 3-point percentage this season. Who is just ice cold from the line?
That is wicked. That is wicked.
To ice the game. Ladies and gentlemen, he could end it all right here. He could really end it all right now.
He could.
There are.
Problem is if he ices
players.
it, he's probably icing it on a guess that he feels very little confidence in.
There's around 450 players in the NBA. Many of them don't get minutes. Many of them may get minutes, but may not take enough 3-pointers to qualify. So you say maybe half the players in the league qualify? So he has at least a 1 in 225 chance to get this. Then you think that many players are good 3-point shooters, and that probably takes away at least, 100 guys? That means he has about 1 in 125 to get this answer.
Man, you need to increase those odds somehow because I ain't liking them.
If I increase those odds somehow, Tyrik's back in the game.
Yeah, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Tyrik's out of this question.
Yeah, you said you may lose, but Tyrik's not.
I wouldn't come back in either, anyways, because I already looked it up because I'm just so mad. Like, I don't know. I just had to look it up myself.
Watch the numbers have changed, and you like tell me it's some guy.
Oh man,
that it's not. I fear I made it a guess in 30 seconds.
This might be a random ass guess, and I don't even know if he gets the attempts.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna say Keita Bates-Diop.
I do not know if he qualifies because that is not the answer. Tyrik, would you like to enlighten us on what the answer is?
According to ESPN, is Paolo Banchero.
It is Paolo. Fuck,
Same
it was the obvious one. I just didn't think it was the obvious one.
That's why I said in your spheres.
I should have just said Paolo.
You know who's also on my mind?
I know you care about the Magic, so I was like,
you know who's also on my mind, and they're the second worst? LeBron fucking James. I knew he started off shooting so bad. He's like 30%.
I was thinking Paolo for the first minute too, man. I should have just said it,
Mhm.
but I thought that was too
man.
obvious for a 400, so I didn't say it.
The thing
Kata
with
Bates
Paolo,
didn't qualify, and he shoots 38%, so that was a terrible guess.
He was shooting like 7% from three for a month or something like ridiculous. He made like one 3-pointer the whole month.
I just didn't. I didn't know if he had the attempts. That was what was holding me off. I didn't know. He had the attempts.
I know you care about the Magic because you're a big Wendell guy, especially at the.
And he's a 4.
Just being around Twitter and stuff.
See, it's catered towards Devin, man. I'm telling you, man, we need to review this with the golfers.
Ladies and gentlemen, down to the last question. I know what question I'm going to ask you guys if it comes down to it.
Record held for how many years? Ooh.
Tyrik, Buzz.
It was a 38-year-old record.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is unprecedented territory. This is unprecedented territory for 3-point week.
Tyrik lost.
Because, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to overtime.
No shot.
We are going to overtime on 3-point weekly Jeopardy. These guys are just – the NBA knowledge is just so good. I think there might have been like 2 questions that were not answered at all. I think the total point – what's the point total in Jeopardy? Like 5,000?
500, 2,500. I'd have to do the numbers, but it's like 2,500, 2,000, 300 is 1,500, 1,500. So
all right, man. We're gonna
6,000, 7,500. So we definitely missed a few, but they were most of the big ones.
All right, you guys. While I make this question, because we're gonna do a quick, we'll just cut it, because I'm just gonna reload the page and like make it like I'm just gonna edit one of the random questions and make it this.
Yeah. Man. I didn't get blown out at least this time.
Don't look at the standings. Don't look at anything. Don't look at nothing.
I'll close my standings page.
I don't know how that was my answer, my password for this. I just guessed that on accident. Okay. Final Jeopardy.
This is going on longest episode in pod history.
There's a couple. I don't know. Will it be the longest episode in pod history though? Because
I think it is. But
Tyrik was like disconnected for a bit, and we've had to cut. Like we're cutting.
It was
now.
like 10 minutes.
I guess there still is like 3.5 hours at that because we didn't have a long time between.
We had a 3-hour 37-minute episode a couple weeks ago, but we are passing that as we speak, and I think that was the longest. We had 3-hour 31, 3-hour 9. Yeah, that is definitely. This is officially the longest for sure.
I cannot believe I had
Thursday.
I cannot believe I had to do this.
Two wise basketball minds put to the test would lead it to this, I guess.
Okay, now I got to go to start. You guys each had 2,400.
And a bracket could have these two contestants pitting off in a certain semifinal in a couple weeks as well. So,
I think I got my matchup Sunday.
Okay, I gotta schedule mine.
Okay, so
tomorrow.
Your final Jeopardy is this. How many teams are currently within one game of 500?
That's cruel.
That's brutal, Gabe.
This is Final Jeopardy.
That is brutal. What happens if neither of us answer that right? Because that's very possible.
At least I'm not making you guys wager your points. If I was making you wager your points in Final Jeopardy, that'd be a bit insane. We just played a straight quiz style the last 2 episodes. We don't have wagers around here.
Oh man, that's brutal.
Looking.
I don't even know who won and lost tonight.
I don't think tonight's results should not skew this.
I don't even know who played tonight.
Oh man. Yeah, they might not. I don't know if any of the teams.
Yeah, there
tonight.
were 4 games today, and
might be okay.
I think only one of those teams. Yeah, one of the teams in the answer played, but they're still on. Like their position, whether they were or were not on the list, did not change. So this number's accurate. Ladies and gentlemen, all the marbles come down to this. Not scripted at all, not rigged, especially not rigged towards Tyrik because he is tied right now. However, Devin's legacy is on the line because Tyrik will be the first 2-0 3-point weekly Jeopardy World Heavyweight Universal Undisputed Champion. Unless Devin finds a way to steal it back and retain the lead that he's held so graciously almost the entire game. Do not let Devin be like the Raptors in 2018 in Game 1 against the Cavs.
Oh, man. This is brutal. This is brutal.
I'm just blanking on teams.
Oh, I'm thinking of the teams. I just don't know if they're 2 games under, 2 games over, or at 500, or if they're actually 1 over, 1 under. That's brutal. Just to be clear, within 1 game of 500, does that mean on either side or only 1 game away from getting to 500, as in like 1 game under?
It's all teams who are either like 1 game over, 1 game under, or exactly at 500. So say
or at 500.
If a team, because if you're at 500, you're within 1 game. So if a team, most teams have played like 36 or 37 games. So if you're 36 and 36 right now, you are on this list. If you're 36 and 37, if you're 37 and 36. Okay.
I don't know if that makes me happier or more frustrated, but that's good because I was not thinking of teams at 500.
Well, that should theoretically make it easier for those teams that like stay close.
Well, maybe.
It's coming down to this, man. This is really quite a spectacle. I can't believe it's gotten this far, and neither man wants to buzz in. Neither of them are confident. They don't want to go for it. They don't want to be go-getters, but the game on the line.
500.
Nobody wants the ball.
No.
Nobody wants the ball.
This is brutal. This is really brutal.
Oh.
Are those set of teams there or no? That's the question. I don't know.
I just don't want to say my answer and then get dead when he wiggle room to improve.
You and me both. Nor am I confident in my answer, but
I'm not either.
The thing is, if I know my answer's wrong, then I probably know what the answer is, and then I'm just going to be mad, which is the problem. If I was unsure between a bunch of teams, then maybe, but oh man.
Like
Gentlemen, I'm waiting on a buzz here. That's what I'm waiting on.
I feel like I either have 1 team too many or 1 team too little.
That is the name of the game here when you're counting teams.
Oh man.
This number is at least 1 and less than 31.
Thanks.
Thanks, bro.
Just thought I would let you know.
hint. A+ hint.
Your other hint can be that play-in race sure is exciting.
Mad. I'm going to be so mad one way or another if I don't get some of these teams right. So I feel like I should know it.
This is a cruel question because there are I'm looking at the teams and there are like these teams are going like a 2-game win streak and all of a sudden they're like back on the list, and then like some game goes on a 2-game losing streak and they're like now they're on the list, but then this other team is out. This is cruel, but I fear that I'm going to have to give you guys, because you're looking for a number between 1 and 30. I'm gonna have to give you guys 30 more seconds.
Look, I'm gonna buzz because, like you say, we're just sitting here for too long at this point, and I just need to give an answer. So I'm gonna say 7.
7 is incorrect.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. The number I wrote down and circled. I took a team off. I put 8.
That is also incorrect.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought it was gonna be less.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you guys both another guess.
I'm buzzing it again then.
Devin.
I'm gonna say 5.
Devin, that is incorrect.
I'm gonna say 6.
Yeah, and then it's 6 then probably. No shot.
No.
Oh, that is cruel. That is cruel.
Gabe is a sick guy. That's a terrible.
Gabe is a sick guy.
These 6
I process of me going first. I feed the number. Oh man, I'm sick. I'm sick.
Oh, brother.
This is an ending.
Is it then?
This is an ending they will write about in Legend.
Why? It's the
These
Lakers.
6 teams is on the Eastern side. It's only the Atlanta Hawks. The Raptors have moved themselves off of the list with 2 straight losses.
I had the Heat.
I had the Heat too.
I don't know why I thought. I don't know why I thought their record was so much worse.
I'm pretty sure I told you guys a couple weeks ago when we were doing predictions that the Heat were going to pass the Nets, and you guys were like, "Nah, I don't trust them to do that."
It was the Lakers and the Pels. They just had the Heat out of
Yeah,
nowhere.
you also said that Damian Lillard was going to make the playoffs.
That's also true.
I didn't say that.
Also true.
These are false accusations.
Yes, you did, man.
We
That
only
is
acknowledge
cruel.
our W's.
I am somehow hiding a cruel question next week for Gabe. I don't know how I'm making it only for Gabe, but it's happening. That is cruel.
We'll count that as a 500 because that was cruel.
Oh man!
And ladies and gentlemen, the one seed in Super Mario Trivia is 0-2. How will he bounce back? And he's the host next week as well. I think it's time for the Devin Revenge Tour is something they will speak about in Legend. But I do hope, if you guys have been watching this video and have gotten to the end with us, I really hope you enjoyed playing along. If you did, otherwise, I hope you enjoyed not just seeing some fun trivia, but enjoyed seeing all this banter that we do here between the 3 of us. Because at the end of the day, it is all just fun, as much hell as I may give Tyrik during these quizzes. So please, if you haven't already, like, subscribe, comment, all those things down below. With that, we will see you guys next time. Peace.